Another question here says, great show. Imagining a time when live shows are a thing again, what is a good way to approach band members without coming across as too much of a fanboy? Is it better before or after a show? If a band is working their merch booth after a show, I will usually just say, good set, buy a shirt, and walk off, wishing I would have gotten a picture. As a 35-year-old man, it just feels odd asking someone to take a picture with them, even if it's a band I love. What's your take on interacting with fans at venues and the best approach to do so? First saw you guys play with the Casualties and Goat Whore at the Oakland Metro in 2013. Been to every Havoc show in the Bay Area, Santa Cruz, and Sacramento ever since. Thank you. Well, that's fucking cool, dude. Thanks a lot for the years of support. That's fucking super cool. The best way to approach a band members without coming across as too much of a fanboy, I don't know, I guess like try to not start unzipping the band members' pants or something. Don't bring your knee pads to the show. Don't start foaming at the mouth when you see them. Those are all good things to do. I know that me and my band are pretty happy to do it if we're hanging out at merch. If you just walk straight up to us and they're like, hey, dude, really big fan, I love your music, blah, blah, blah. You don't even have to say that. You could be like, hey, dude, can we get a picture? And, generally speaking, most dudes, especially if they're in bands and they're hanging out at their own merch table, they'll be down to take a picture real quick. I think instead of like hyping it up and putting it on this pedestal, just knock it out and like make it happen. Get that photo out of the way, and then maybe you can open the door toward having a conversation about something else. But I don't think you should avoid taking pictures with band members, especially if they're out there in the crowd, and accessible. I think a good way to get in with band members often is, especially if they're like alcohol drinkers or something, you ask them like, hey, dude, do you want a drink? And if they say yeah, you just say, what do you want to drink? And fucking go buy it and bring it back to the thing. Bring it back to the merch table. They'll probably be happy to have a drink with you and bullshit with you. Typically, I would say it's probably best to do it before the show. After the show, like, there's all the adrenaline. You're kind of trying to like wind down, I guess. And I guess long before the band set is a much more lax time to try to bullshit with a band member than to do it right before they play or right after they play. That's kind of the most like intense part of the entire day when you're on tour. The couple hours, maybe the hour leading up to your set and then the hour after your set, that window of time right there is kind of like super high intensity and adrenaline pumping, and that's not the best time to try and have a conversation with somebody. That would be like if you were a construction worker and you were on a construction site and I came up and tried to talk to you right when you were in the middle of jackhammering something. It's just not the best time to have a conversation like that. But if you can catch somebody in the right moment, most guys that I've ever toured with are pretty cool and pretty easy to talk to. So good luck with that. And I hope that you don't come off like some psycho fanboy. The best way to avoid looking like a psycho fanboy is to avoid being one. So relax out there, buddy. No, you'll do just fine. You sound like a really nice guy. And thanks for being down for the cause and supporting heavy metal. Myself and a lot of my peers all really appreciate people like you. So thank you. Hey everybody, thanks a lot for checking this out. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. If you want to support the podcast, you can always go to riffsordie.com and pick up some merch. You can also go to patreon.com/riffsordie and subscribe to become a patron. Feel free to shoot me an email at podcast@riffsordie.com. All questions and comments are welcome. Thanks a lot for your support. Take care, everybody.